30 hours. 8 songs.
That last little line.
3 guys.
I heard something there.
Can it be done? So myself and the boys from Dizzy Mystics, my band, are coming out here in the forest to track 8 songs for both guitars and bass. We all have extremely busy lives, and it's very difficult to find a time to synchronize where we can all record and be together at the same time. So we are in for a treat that we have all the edited drums for 8 songs, and we're going to see if we can record all the guitars and bass for all 8 of those songs in one weekend. So what's with this crazy feat that we've chosen to do? Well, to be straight up, this needs to get done ASAP. I'm about to be a father. I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have to give to this. I have to film like 80 videos for my new course. I'm moving in July. I'm going to be a dad. I'm going to be changing diapers. And we've been working on this album for so long that it might be continued to be kicked down the road perpetually if we don't get this done. All right, so we got Kyle here, plugging his guitar with his pedal board and his awesome amp that we are testing running into what's called a load box so that we can crank this amp without necessarily needing to have a full volume cab. We ended up going with miking a cab because Kyle preferred the sound of that. So we had 2 microphones set up on his guitar cab. And when you set up 2 microphones on one single sound source, you have to make sure that they are in phase. In other words, that the sound is hitting those microphones at the same time so that later, when you combine it in the software, that those 2 sounds are working together and not what is called out of phase. After a few tests and fine tweaks, we got the guitar amps to sing some awesome tones, but we are burning daylight, so we have to go ahead and get started with tracking. Contrary to popular belief, the tracking phase is actually one of the longer phases in the production process, especially when you're working with very technical materials such as prog rock. And the reason is this: most people tend to believe that with audio, you're going to edit it and make it sound better in post-production. But when you're recording audio such as vocals, guitars, bass, or any other physical instrument, the editing work is actually done up front while you're tracking, because editing audio is not as straightforward as editing something like MIDI, where it is almost impossible to do it without creating artifacts or warping the performance in some way. So you want to track it perfectly going in, which can take a long time to nail the takes. Take after take after take, we keep going pedal to the metal without taking a break, and time is ticking. It's not very often that we get the chance to all be together as a group in a recording context. It's super rare, so this is our one chance to make things happen. But eventually, when the caffeine stops working and your brain stops being able to focus, you have to take a break, recharge, and try again the next day. Hey, what's up? Yo, we're in day 2 where we're actually,
What's up?
don't forget that guy. Don't forget the what's up guy. Day 2, and we didn't make as much progress as we'd hoped in day 1, but we got most of the first track of this record together. It's very tricky material. Yeah, today we're going to get back at it, tracking some bass first thing. In the morning, not first thing, but in the morning. Morning for musicians, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to see where it goes. So we're going to aim to get more progress today. Blitz and Chits. Rise and shine. It's day 2, and we still haven't got a song done. Pressure is on. The last thing that any of us wanted to do was to continue to listen to that damn song again. So we let Aaron take over the command center to try and get this track wrapped up as soon as possible. So we just finished the opener of the album, which took a little bit longer than expected, but now we're gonna take a quick breather, go for a walk, recharge the battery, so to speak, and then jump in to the next track. So you might be asking yourself, why didn't we get this done faster? Why are we taking it so many times? Why is it taking so long? And I guarantee you that's what's in the back of all of our minds as we're walking. But the truth is simply this is what it takes. There's a certain amount of perseverance and persistence that's required of getting final takes that are going to make it on the record, especially with this kind of material. Really, if you think about it, it's perfect or bust. So it really takes time to get it nailed. By the time we got to bass last night, it was already like 10:30, 11, and we pushed way late into the night, but from a starting point where Aaron was already kind of tired before we got started. And of course, I'm sure there's a healthy dose of perfectionism that we all have to try and create the best possible product and the best representation of our music as possible. But once we got back from our break and we listened to what we had so far, we could feel the momentum starting to shift. Things were finally starting to look up. As soon as we finished listening to what we had, we moved on to the next song and we started making strides of progress towards recording that one. All guns a-blazing forward for the rest of the day, we managed to get most of the next song completely finished, even though it was twice as long. Alright, so the guys just left a few minutes ago, and it took some time to restore some order into this place. And we've definitely drastically underestimated the time it's going to take us to record these songs, to do them justice. Haha, what's up? We back in the woods, and it's super nice and sunny out. Amazing weather out here. And in the forest is a great place to unpack what just happened. The question that must be on your mind is, did we hit our goal? Did we get the 8 songs done in 30 hours? Well, the answer is no. Does that mean it was a complete failure of an operation? Absolutely not. You see, the focus here isn't necessarily that we didn't hit our goal that we intended, but the goal that we intended helped us raise our game and raise our focus beyond the confines of limiting ourselves in terms of thinking. So if there's a big audacious goal that you want to do, like learn a new instrument or master a specific concept in music theory, maybe it's composing, mixing, and mastering your own EP, I dare you to think big. Well, why is that? People always say you should set realistic goals, right? Well, in my mind, we should set unrealistic goals. A goal in and of itself isn't real, right? A goal is something that we aspire towards. It is essentially a compass. It's a map to help us go in a specific direction. And the way that we can stretch our thinking beyond the confines of what we think is possible is by creating stretch goals, creating goals that feel a little bit uncomfortable, creating goals that might seem, dare I say, impossible right at the beginning. And by setting goals this way, you gain clarity as to what's working and what's not working very quick in the process. You also get a better idea of what's most important towards hitting that goal in the first place. And you also may discover that you can push yourself farther than you even thought was possible in the first place. So if you're interested in learning how to set goals in this way that will stretch you farther than what you currently think is possible for yourself as a music producer, I highly encourage you to check out this video where I dive deep into how to set those goals and work towards hitting them. So I'll see you in that video.